All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Today we got some big news. Well, I don't know if it's big. I mean, the news is big, but I'm not sure if it's going to make you happy or not. I have a feeling it probably won't. Maybe there's one of you out there is going to get a hype as hell from this announcement. All right, here it is. This is from Evo. This is their official website. Beginning the next evolution. We're going to evolve one more time. It's an article from them. So, what is happening? Well, first we're starting with kind of bold letters here, community first always, which I think is a kind of, all right, let me just preface this by saying I'm a jaded ass old unk right now. All right. I do not think most of what Evo does is community first. Like, look at how expensive it's gotten to go all these things. I live in Japan. I don't remember American dollars and how much it gets to, but it's getting really expensive to go to these things. And basically it's becoming more of a convention than an actual fighting game tournament. So I don't know, with the way prices are going and everything, saying community first always, I think it's just buzzwords kind of. It's not, I don't want to get too into this right off the rip, but so over 2 decades, Evo's been doing stuff, cool. Evo's ownership has always known from day one to today is that community is the root of competitive fighting games. Community is the backbone of Evo's events. It's where Evo's future comes from and where we are committing our new resources. So in case you guys didn't know and you missed the news a couple of days ago, Saudi-owned RTS takes full ownership of Evo, which means they now own Evo. They've bought out a majority share in Evo Evolution. So this is kind of where things are going. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of changes in the way Evo is run and what's going on, not just this year, but in years to come. I think this is going to have a very, very big impact on the Evolution Tournament series and the way we've known it, especially for guys who've been in the FGC for a long time, like me. I've been playing fighting games like 2011-ish, 2011, 2012. It's going to be a very, very different thing in the near future. My prediction, can't guarantee that it's going to change, but that's just kind of where I see it going. I'm not going to read through all this. Just know that a Saudi Arabian company now owns Evo. Let's keep on going. So they're bringing Evo to the world. Beginning later this year, Evo will be working together with the community on ground level to elevate it and help it grow. We will be dedicating significant resources to locals around the world to help create sustainability for the bedrock of the FGC. We know firsthand that no event grows without local support, Evo included, and we want all events to have locals that can help them grow into pillars of the community. Evo is setting out to help solve the challenging locals face, from equipment to awareness and player connectivity, permanently. More details will be communicated to our local partners and the community over the coming months. So it sounds like Evo wants to support locals, which is really interesting. And this is I'll tell you where I think everything is going. Again, I'm just basing this off of my general feelings, but I think it's really interesting that they mention that they're going to be supporting locals. I have no idea how they're going to do it exactly, like financially. Well, I mean, they've got money now apparently, but let's keep on going and then I'll give you my thoughts. So this is the next big one. This is the bombshell announcement here. So bringing Evo to the world. None of our legacy events in the US, Japan, France, or announced events such as Singapore are changing in terms of policies, brand values, level of investment, format, or expectations. Our goal is quite the opposite: to bring these experiences to more players worldwide and continue to welcome the community from all countries and backgrounds. Beginning in 2027, Evo will expand into new destinations as part of our long-term commitment to bringing fighting game players together. Soon you'll be hearing more information about Evo touching down in new locations, including, not limited to, just including Brazil, Morocco, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, China. Did I say Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia, China. Evo will be building new sustainable events that highlight our diverse regional communities around the globe, blah, 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 blah. So there are going to be more Evos, is basically what's happening. So it's not just going to be Evo Vegas, Japan, and France. They're going to be a lot. So Singapore is coming, then Brazil and everything. So they're going to say they got new things that they're announcing. They're announcing a new championship format to find out who's the grandmaster of fighting games. So unlike existing world championships, this new format will require competitors to showcase their mastery of multiple fighting games. So I'm not going to read this whole thing except for this last line. The last line says, this new fighting game world championship powered by Evo will be held in one of our 2 founding countries, the United States or Japan. So they haven't determined it yet. So they're also making like another tournament to basically figure out who is the best multi-game player. And I think I know why they're doing this, and I'll get to that in a second. So just before we go into that, congrats to Goichi and possibly Sonic Fox. But we're going to figure out who is the best multi-gamer. Oh yeah, Xiaohai too. All right, so basically here's the calendar. And the FGC is never stagnant, and neither is Evo. Interesting. All right. So we've got in 2026, Vegas, Japan, Europe, which is France, and then adding local support this year. And then 2027, the previously announced Singapore, plus Morocco, Brazil, China, Middle East, Mexico, And then the Fighting Game World Championship, this is the multi-gamer event. And then 28, 29, 30 unannounced places, but it looks like these locations are locked in until 2030. So lots of announcements here, lots of crazy stuff, and they have a Japanese version on the bottom. So first of all, you guys, chat, my YouTube viewers, what do you think about this announcement? Do you think adding new EVOs to the whole schedule is a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think? At the very least, it's going to make saying you're an EVO champion have a lot less weight to it than it used to before. I don't think anybody can argue that it won't change, because before, there was one EVO Vegas, and then they added Japan, say, okay, I'm the EVO Japan championship, but who's like the real EVO champion? And everyone got a little bit more hype when they won EVO Vegas. Like, Japan was like still a big thing, but Vegas was always the big one. Then it's like, now what? As a viewer, better for sure. Yeah, as a viewer, it's better, but I don't know. I'm stoked because it's coming to my country, but it's losing its value with damn near 10 EVOs. Yeah, I think so. You look at fighting game, like the Olympics of fighting games. Imagine how weird it would be to have 9 Olympics per year. Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be very strange. I think one nice thing is that there are going to be more tournaments for people to travel to. All right. So first of all, more tournaments is always a good thing for the fighting game community, because it's not possible for everybody to travel to either Vegas, Japan, or Europe. Right. Those are 3 major countries. Well, Europe's not a country, but France. 3 major countries, but not everybody can travel. So having it in different locations is really good. Especially, I like seeing more of the South American representation, because there are a lot of really strong South American players that we don't get to see. Number one, just because of it's expensive to fly, and their money isn't usually valued as highly as it is in these countries up here. And also visa issues. It's hard for people from certain places in South America to travel. So I like that they're going to be getting a stage to play on in their home turf. I think that's fantastic. But I don't think it had to be EVO. I don't know. I just feel like it just waters down the brand value a lot. It's weird. It'll reduce the total numbers at events. Yeah, because now you don't need to go to one of these. Yeah, I can see both sides for it. Like I said, I think adding more tournaments is really good. I just don't think it needed to be called EVO. I think EVO could have made like another series that isn't EVO, but I guess they really want to push the branding. And I think I know why they want to do that. Here's my prediction of what I think is going to happen. I think they are doing this for 2 reasons, okay? So I'm going to give you a little warning. I am incredibly pessimistic about life in general, not just fighting games. I'm a very, very pessimistic person. I usually have a very negative outlook on how things are going to be, and I'm very, dystopian future. AIs, robots will rule us all, and we are going to be living underground with mole people. So that's my little thing. So I wish I had some aluminum paper. I got to put on like my tinfoil hat. I have a piece of foam here. So let me put on my aluminum hat, okay? Here we go. Here's my prediction about why they're doing this. Imagine this was aluminum, okay? Just use your imagination. I don't got no aluminum with me right now. I'm definitely not going to go out to the store and buy some. Okay, so here's my prediction. I feel like an idiot. Let me take this off. I think EVO wants to become like the only major tournament series. But if EVO becomes the only major tournament series, a lot of people are going to say, well, I don't want to go to EVO because, I don't like certain things. I don't like how it's run, so I'm not going to do it. So they're going to lose people. But if they add this multi-game championship thing, they're going to get more people in. And then by adding this multi-game thing, I think what they're trying to do with this is I think they're trying to create like a self-sustaining environment where publishers can release games and people will still want to enter at high level, because it's not like you only have to play Street Fighter, which is right now by far the biggest game right now. Like the numbers for Street Fighter entries at tournaments are way higher than other games right now, especially at EVO Japan. And I think by adding this multi-game Grandmaster Championship, I think they're trying to let publishers put more games in and create like a self-sustaining environment where everyone's going to want to join because they want to get that. And there's probably going to be a lot of money involved, and it'll probably like sustain itself. So now you don't just want to play the most popular game, you also want to play maybe a smaller game that isn't as popular, that you might have a higher chance of winning, rather than just Street Fighter or the most popular one, right? Because yeah, you might not be able to win Street Fighter, but maybe you can win multiple games, just, because some people are just better at playing several games at a very high level rather than competing at like the top 0.0001%, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to look down on anybody. It's just kind of hard to explain that kind of player, like the multi-game genius. You know what I mean? Then I think what they would really like to do, and I think this is why they're supporting locals, because if they support locals, that's going to build brand loyalty. They're going to say, wow, Evo supported my local. They sent us TV, they sent us equipment. Now I'm kind of connected to the Evo brand because I feel like they're helping me. I wouldn't have had a local to go to if it wasn't for Evo support. So yeah, of course I'm going to go to the Evo tournament in my local area. And I think they're doing that, you know, again, to sustain this whole thing, because lately I think the brand power and the way people have felt about Evo has been really negative. And I think by adding this local support, it's going to help change some of that negative opinion by showing that we care, we're helping you, we're giving you a place to play, we're sending you equipment, because now they probably have all this extra money from their new owners. This is my prediction, my dystopian future prediction. I think we're going to see smaller locals and like smaller majors, like, you know what I mean? Like not Combo Breaker, but anything smaller than that. I think they're going to either phase out, or they're not going to be able to compete with an event like this because they have so much financial backing, and it won't be really, for lack of a better word, it won't be worth it for the tournament organizers to try to put forth that kind of an event, because they can't compete with this, because obviously they don't have that kind of financial backing. And my dystopian future is we're going to have a future where any tournament worth going to that isn't called like Combo Breaker or maybe CEO is going to be an Evo branded tournament. And I think they're trying to move towards that with all of this. I don't say that I like that future. I'm just saying that's my prediction. But anyways, guys, I don't ramble on for this too much. Let me know in chat what you think. Do you think this is the end of the FGC tournament series as we know it? I do. Do you agree, disagree? What are your thoughts? And do you like this? And if you are living near a country where Evo is coming to, do you want to attend this tournament knowing everything you know? And are you excited or not? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, if you like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me more than you can ever know. Maybe one day I'll have 100,000 subscribers, but right now I'm pretty far off from that, so help your boy out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.